Civilization is a series of turn-based strategy, 4X video games, many of them produced by Sid Meier. As of March 12, 2008, the Civilization franchise has sold more than 8 million copies. There are also several traditional Civilization games. All titles in the series share similar gameplay, centered on building a civilization on a macro scale from prehistory up to the near future. Each turn allows the player to move his or her units on the map, build or improve new cities and units, and initiate negotiations with the computer-controlled players. In between turns, computer players can do the same. The player will also choose technologies to research. These reflect the cultural, intellectual, and technical sophistication of the civilization, and usually allow the player to build new units or to improve their cities with new structures. In most games in the series, one may win by military conquest, achieving a certain level of culture, building an interstellar spaceship, or achieving the highest score, among other means. Over the years, part of the crew involved in developing the series became successful in producing their own strategy games, such as Bruce Shelley of Age of Empires fame. Brian Reynolds, who went on to create Rise of Nations, also received positive accolades, and more recently Soren Johnson with Spore. History. In 1980, Francis Tresham designed the Civilization board game and published it through his company Heartland Trefoil, and in 1981, Avalon Hill obtained from Heartland Trefoil a license to sell the Civilization board game in the United States. Microprose, founded by Sid Meier and Bill Steely, published Civilization in 1991, after licensing the right to use the name Civilization from Avalon Hill to avoid conflicts over similarities to the board game. Meier was also the game's designer. In 1993, Microprose was bought by Spectrum Holobyte, but the two companies remained separate. In 1996, Microprose released the lauded Civilization 2, designed by Brian Reynolds. Also in 1996, Spectrum Holobyte consolidated the company under the name Microprose, but, in reaction to Spectrum Holobyte's decision to fire the majority of Microprose's staff, Reynolds, Jeff Briggs, and Meier left Microprose and founded Firaxis. Although Firaxis did not own the rights to the brand name Civilization, the company still went on to design the acclaimed Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, a space-based Civilization-style game released in 1999. Alpha Centauri uses a game engine similar to the one used in Civilization 2, and its storyline continues from where the Civilization franchise ends, namely the colonization of a planet in Alpha Centauri. Litigation over brand name. In April 1997, Activision acquired from Avalon Hill the rights to the name Civilization on its PC games, and 7 months later Avalon Hill and Activision sued Microprose over trademark infringement because of the name Civilization. In response to the lawsuit, Microprose bought Heartland Trefoil in December 1997. This move sought to establish Microprose as the preeminent holder of worldwide computer game and board game rights under the Civilization brand. In January 1998, Microprose countersued Avalon Hill and Activision for false advertising, unfair competition, trademark infringement, and unfair business practices as a result of Activision's decision to develop and publish Civilization computer games. In July, Avalon Hill and Activision settled their case against Microprose out of court. Under the terms of the settlement, Microprose kept all the rights to the Civilization brand. Avalon Hill had to pay Microprose $411,000, and Activision acquired a license from Microprose to publish Civilization, Call to Power. Avalon Hill accepted the unfavorable settlement because Hasbro was already negotiating the acquisition of both Avalon Hill and Microprose. Less than 1 month after the settlement, Hasbro finalized the purchases of both companies, which consolidated the Civilization franchise under Hasbro. Infogrames and Firaxis. In January 2001, the French company Infogrames bought the Hasbro subsidiary Hasbro Interactive for $100 million, which included the rights to the Civilization franchise, the rights to the Atari brand, and Hasbro's Game.com handheld game console. Following the sale, Hasbro Interactive was renamed Infogrames Interactive, Incorporated, and Civilization 3 was released in October 2001 by the new company. In May 2003, Infogrames changed the name of Infogrames Interactive to Atari Interactive. Take-Two bought the rights to the Civilization franchise from Infogrames in 2004 for $22.3 million. In October 2005, 2K Games, a Take-Two subsidiary, published Civilization 4, which was developed by Firaxis with Soren Johnson as game designer. Take-Two bought Firaxis for $26.7 million, including possible performance bonuses in November 2005, which resulted in Take-Two owning both the developer and the publisher of the Civilization franchise. In 2010, on September 21 and November 23 respectively, the Windows and Mac OS X versions of Civilization V were released. Civilizations and leaders represented, throughout the various different Civilization games. Nearly 50 different civilizations and almost 110 different leaders have been represented. The following tables below delineate the appearances of various civilizations and leaders. Chronology Compilations, The Explorer, includes Civilization and the Colonization spin-off. Civilization 2, Multiplayer Gold Edition, includes Civilization 2 and its 2 expansions, Conflicts in Civilization and Fantastic Worlds. Civilization 3, Gold Edition, includes Civilization 3 and the first expansion, Play the World. Civilization 3, Complete, includes Civilization 3 and its 2 expansions, Play the World and Conquests. Civilization Chronicles, includes all the games from the main series from the first Civilization to Civilization 4. Civilization 4, Gold Edition, includes Civilization 4 and its first expansion Warlords, as well as a bonus poster illustrated by artist Greg Hildebrandt. Civilization 4, Complete, includes Civilization 4 and its 2 expansions, Warlords and Beyond the Sword. Civilization 4, the Complete Edition, includes Civilization 4, its 2 expansions, Warlords and Beyond the Sword, and Civilization 4, Colonization. It does not feature any DRM. Civilization V, Game of the Year Edition includes Civilization V and all DLC prior to the Career and Wonders of the Ancient World packs released through Steam. Sid Meier's Civilization V, Gold Edition included the original plus the Gods and Kings expansion with all the DLC released between them both. Sid Meier's Civilization V, the Complete Edition includes the original plus the Gods and Kings and Brave New World expansions with all the DLC released between them. Other video games. Board and card games, influence. Scottish science fiction and mainstream author Ian Banks has noted that he spent much time playing the game and that it was one of the inspirations for the concept of the outside context problem central to his Accession novel, the appearance of invaders or travelers who are so advanced that they are totally outside the society's frame of reference. In an interview, Banks specifically compares this to having a civilization battleship arrive while the player is still using wooden sailing ships. One of the 2 viewpoint characters in his novel Complicity plays Civilization compulsively. References. External links. Civilization.com website, Civilization and Free Civ Wikis, Civilization series at Moby Games, Playing the Game, Civilization, a list of academic texts about the series, GAMA Sutra History of Civilization.